a move in the right direction. It complements Fiji's national laws and constitutional obligations in relation to violence. Violence and harassment in the world of work deprives people of their dignity, is incompatible with decent work, and a threat to equal opportunities and to safe, healthy, and productive working environments. It remains a widespread phenomenon present in all countries and disregarding sectors, occupations, and work arrangements. According to a recent finding of a study by the International Finance Corporation of the World Bank done in Fiji, named The Business Case for Workplace Responses to Domestic and Sexual Violence in Fiji, which surveyed 563 staff from 3 private companies. Over 20% of women and men have experienced harassment when at work. The same study made findings on employees who have experienced domestic and sexual violence outside of the workplace, which translated into loss of staff time and reduced productivity that is equivalent to almost 10 days of loss of work per employee each year. 10 days each year is lost by employees, therein reducing the productivity of companies in Fiji. We ought to realize the benefits of this convention to all workers and particularly women in Fiji, and the ratification of the convention recognizes the right of everyone to a world of work free from violence and harassment, including gender-based violence and sexual harassment. Research shows that universally, harassment ranks as the second biggest challenge for working women following unequal pay. Over the past years, the number of women in the workforce in Fiji has seen an increase. 39% of Fijian women are economically active, as per the latest census. More women than men are graduating from universities and are consequently acquiring jobs in the formal sector. Fijian women are also being encouraged to study and look for work in traditionally male-dominated fields in our quest for gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls. For an equitable and vibrant workforce that is geared towards high productivity, that is unhindered by violence and harassment, it is imperative that employers put in place harassment and violence at work policies with grievance procedures that are transparent, inclusive, and user-friendly. Whilst we as a nation can put in place the relevant laws and sign up to international conventions to address violence and harassment in the world of work, it is our individual commitment to the cause that will make a difference. Government has set the policy and facilitated our commitment as a nation to eradicate violence and harassment in the world of work. It is now upon employers to put in place the necessary mechanisms within workplaces to address violence and harassment. Let it not be a legal mandate. Let it be a personal mandate, a challenge on all employers to take this up for their employees. And it is upon us as employees to continue to protect and uphold our places of work free from violence and harassment. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Prime Minister, you have the floor. Do you wish to speak?
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I want to speak on the motion by the Honourable Attorney General, just to say that this convention is important because, as you've heard, it contributes to the holistic protection of workers' rights. Fiji is leading the way in the regions, as we've also heard, in its support of all 8 core labour convention and subsequent conventions. My government, of course, will continue to effectively operationalize them into our national context. The other issue, Mr. Honourable Speaker, is this, that this convention aligns with various international principles in sustainable development agenda. Importantly, Mr. Speaker, the convention works along the fundamental human rights conventions that Fiji has ratified and with the 17 sustainable development goals, which SDG 8 specifically addresses the theme of this convention. Based on those brief remarks, I therefore support the motion.
I thank the Honourable Prime Minister. Honourable Vice-Goyal.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, so as we can see from all the support that has actually been given to this motion, so there are many parts